Well, students, in the last video we have discussed about the lens maker formula. From that we got a relation or the focal length, refractive index of the material of the lens, and the radii of curvature of the two curved surface of the lens, a relation among them. Here again we will go to derive the formula that is called your thin lens formula. It is not lens maker formula, it is thin lens formula. Means like your spherical mirror, when you discuss the spherical mirror in reflection, in that we have derived the spherical mirror formula, the formula which relates the object distance, image distance and the focal length. In case of reflection in spherical mirror, concave mirror or convex mirror, like that. In lens, the formula which relates object distance, image distance and focal length of the lens. And as you know, the lens is a portion of some refracting, transparent, refracting medium bounded by two surfaces. Generally, we will discuss about the double concave and double convex lens, where both the surfaces are concave or both the surfaces are convex. Generally, we will discuss that. Again, I am going for the some of the terms associated with the lens. One is the terms associated with lens. Some terms associated with lens. One is called that generally that is the aperture. As you know, the aperture, what is that aperture means? It is the effective diameter of the lens light transmitting area. Effective diameter of the lens, effective diameter of the lens, effective diameter of the lens light transmitting area, so this is the aperture for a double convex. For a double concave, this is the aperture, light transmitting area, the aperture, effective diameter, aperture. And remember, the intensity of the image formed by these lenses, the image formed by the intensity of the image formed by these lenses, intensity of the image, or called as the brightness of the image is proportional to this aperture square. Okay. Then next, the center of curvatures. For the center of curvature, it is the center of that sphere of which the two surfaces, these are the curve. This is a part of a sphere. This is also a part of a sphere. It is the center. It is the center. So the center of the two spheres, which the curved surface or the spherical surface of the lens is a part. So these are the center of curvatures. So if you show that, let me draw the double convex case. One is called as your aperture. This is a convex. It is a part of a sphere. That is, suppose you take C2 or C1, the other one of another, that is C2. These are the center. For double concave, this is the part of a sphere. This is the part of a sphere. It is the center of curvature C1. Here it is the center of that sphere C2. The line joining the two center of curvatures. This is called XY. You can say XY. It's called principal axis. Next is the pole C. Suppose C pole. What is the pole? The point on the in the lens on the principal axis. Inside the lens, the point inside the lens on the principal axis, so that when a ray of light pass through that point, it goes undeviated. Ray of light pass through this one. These are called as the optical center. This is called as your optical center. Here, this is the optical center. Right? C or O you can take. This is the O also optical center. Right? Then radius of curvature. The radius of that sphere. This is one part. If this is the pole of this curved surface, suppose P1, this is the pole P2. So P1 to C1, that is the radius of curvature of this surface, and P2 to C2, radius of curvature of this surface. Okay. Generally, you are taking this is C2 and this is you are taking C1. So accordingly, this is P2. This will be P1. So P1 C1 is your R1. This is your R2. Generally for convex lens. Okay. Clear. So here also, this is suppose R1 for this surface. This is the R1 because this is the pole of this one. This is the pole of P2. P2 C2 is the R2. Radius of curvature. Here. Then the next one is a very important part is that, as I have already told in your lens maker formula, that is another term, that is the focus. What is the focus, or you can say that is also the principal focus. What is the focus of the lens? Remember, that is a very, very important one. So next is the focus. What is the focus of a lens? The focus of the lens is the focus, or you can say principal focus, is the fixed point on the principal axis such that the rays parallel to the principal axis meet or appears to meet at that point. Meet or appears to meet at that point. So what you can say, the principal focus, generally you can say this is the principal focus, or relatively focus. The principal focus is the point on the principal axis. Point on the principal axis. Point on the principal axis. The point on the principal axis where the incident rays of light, where the incident rays of light parallel to principal axis, the rays should be parallel to principal axis, meet or appears to meet. Appear to meet. The rays of light parallel to the principal axis, right, meet or appear to meet. Appear to meet after refraction, because through the lens the refraction occurs. After refraction is called principal focus. Is called principal focus. Clear? Now you see here, it is the point on the principal axis where the incident rays of light parallel to principal axis meet or appear to meet after refraction. Appear to meet after refraction is called principal focus. See, let me take a double convex lens, and this is the principal axis. This is the optical center. The rays of light parallel to principal axis. This is the ray parallel to the principal axis. You can show like this. The aperture, you can say this is the optical center O. So here what happens, when the ray enters, I have shown like that, but there is a refraction of course. But for thin lens, you can consider the rays up to the aperture, up to this portion. After refraction, the refraction occurs in this medium, because this is a layer, this is of a denser glass, air to glass. So these are the incident rays parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, they meet at a point. They meet at a point on the principal axis. That point F is called principal focus. And remember, you will get two principal focus. What are the two principal focus? That is one. Another case we can say that if the rays incident parallel on this side, a ray incident parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, they also meet at a point on the principal axis on this side. So this is F1, this is F2, or this is suppose F1, this is a F2. There are two focus. Foci. Plural is a foci. So these are the principal focus. These are the refracted ray actually meet at a point of the principal axis. That's why it is called meet or appears to meet. Appear to meet for a double concave. Let me take a double concave. This is the principal axis. This is the optical center. Now let us consider the rays incident parallel. Refraction occurs to this portion. After refraction, because it is also called as a diverging lens, it is also called diverging. This is called converging. The rays converge at a point. It is diverging. So it diverges the ray like this. It diverges the ray like this. These two rays, when you see from this side, these two rays appears to come from a point that is called as a focus. That is called as the focus. Similarly, on this side also we get the same thing. From this side also we get a ray incident parallel to the principal axis. They diverge on this side also. They diverge. But when you meet that, they appears to meet at a point. So that is the focus. So you can say F1, F2, there are two foci. They appears to meet. These two diverging rays appears to meet at the point. These two diverging lines parallel to the incident rays are parallel to the principal axis, appears to meet at the point. So this is called as the principal focus. Clear? So this is called as your principal focus. Right? So now we got the two foci. And from there, first principal focus, second principal focus. How we will distinguish these two? First principal focus is that, so that when an object placed at that point, means at the first principal focus point, if the object is placed, the refracted rays meet at infinite, then that is called first principal focus. Right? So it is the position of an object on the principal axis of the lens for which the image is formed at infinity. That is the first principal focus. First principal focus, object at that point, and image at infinity. That is the first principal focus. Second principal focus, saying object at infinity, image at that point. How to understand this thing? So this is a double convex lens. This is the principal axis. Suppose the object is placed here. This is the object position. So the rays incident on the lens point on the principal object at that point F1. So the image, when the rays at focus, the rays should be parallel to the principal axis. If the rays incident parallel, they meet at the point called focus. So the object is at the focus, the image at infinity. So image at infinity. We can say these rays will meet at infinity. So we will get the image at infinity. This is called as the first principal focus. And this is the optical center. Okay. So suppose C the optical center, or O you can take. So this is the first principal focus. Object here and image at infinity. This is the object position. And OF1 is called first principal focal length. Focal length. Optical center to focus, that is the focal length. Similarly, for the same double convex lens, the ray object at infinity means for infinity object, the rays will incident what? Parallel. For object at infinity, I don't know where the object is at infinity. So the rays of light incident parallel. After refraction, they meet at the point on the principal axis, that is suppose F2. So the image portion is this one, object at infinity. So we can say object at infinity, this is the image position. And this is the optical center OF2 is the second principal focal length. This one is the first principal focal length. Clear? So these are the first and second principal focal length. Clear? Now come to the important topic, that is your thin lens formula. The formula relates object distance, means for optical center to object. In lens there is optical center to the object position, object distance generally u. Image distance means optical center to the image distance b, and the focal length of the lens. The formula relates object distance, image distance and focal length. It's called the lens formula, and the lens is a very thin lens, right? Very thin lens. Clear? So with that, here again we will derive three cases. One, for a convex lens we will derive, and for a concave. But a concave lens always produce virtual image, but a convex lens can produce real and also virtual image. Real and also virtual image. So now let me find the thin lens formula. Case 1. First case, convex lens producing real image. For that, I will find a relation between the object distance, image distance and the focal length. That is the lens formula. So for that, let me draw the ray diagram. That is most important part. Let us consider a thin lens. Consider a lens, thin lens of focal length f. Let us consider a thin lens. Let me draw. Consider a thin lens, convex lens, and this is the principal axis, the aperture, and let this is the optical center O. And as you know, there are two focus. I can say F, and there is another focus F. F1, F2. You can say F1, F2. Now in this case, for convex lens producing real image, always remember, if the object is placed beyond the focus, because always we will take the object on the left side. If the object is placed beyond the focus of a convex lens, the image form is real. In the case 2, convex lens producing virtual image, then if the object is between the optical center and focus, if I place the object in this region, then the image will be virtual. That is the second case we will discuss. But in this case, let us consider an object, extended object. Let that is your AB is an object placed beyond focus, and the focal length of the lens is suppose f, small f, and this distance is your O to A is the object distance placed at a distance u from the optical center. Then to trace the image, to find the image, we should take at least 2 refracted rays, because this is refraction, 2 refracted rays. So first one, as it is the very easy is the concept is that if I take from the point B. So this is an extended object, and each point of this object will emit the light rays. Let us consider one of the ray of light pass through the optical center. O. Incident the optical center. After refraction, it will go undeviated. As you know, a ray of light pass through the optical center, it goes undeviated. That is your first point. Next, another ray from the same point B. This is one ray from the point B. I need two rays from the same point. Another ray incident parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it will pass through the focus. So now this ray will pass through the focus like this. The ray will pass through the focus like this. Clear? So this is the refracted ray. Let me draw like this. So this is the after refraction, the ray will pass like this to the focus. Clear? So let me draw the focus point in. So this is F, the focus, and there is another F like here, the focus. So now we got, this is the two refracted rays from B meet at a point. That point should be the image point. What is that image point? I will say this is suppose B dash is the image of B. Similarly, for each point on AB, from the object AB, you will get two rays. Take at least two rays. After refraction, they meet at this point like this, and if you join like that, you will get B dash A dash is the real image, because the rays actually meet. B dash A dash is the real image of the object AB, and the object is placed normally on this axis, and the image is also, we are getting normal, right? This is the, so this is the image A dash B dash. Clear? And after getting that, now we draw the ray diagram. Clear? After drawing the ray diagram, now we will derive the relation. Clear? Let me find the relation. So AB is an object placed normally on the principal axis of a convex lens of focal length f. The rays after refraction from the object AB meet at a point, actually meet at the point, and A dash B dash is a real image of the object AB. When we go for magnification, we will see that whether it is magnified or diminished, that we will go next part. Clear? Now, in this part, now let me derive the triangle ABO and A dash B dash O. See, the triangles ABO and A dash B dash O are similar. Yes or no? ABO, A dash B dash O are similar because this angle is opposite, this and this opposite, this is perpendicular, this is perpendicular. So, triangle ABO and triangle A dash B dash O are similar. For similar triangle, what we will take? AB by A dash B dash corresponding AB by A dash B dash should be equal to OA by OA dash. Let me, this is equation 1. Clear? And let's give a name here C. Parallel line BC. A incident ray parallel to A. Next triangle OCF and triangle A dash B dash F. See the triangle are similar. OCF, this is perpendicular, this is perpendicular. These are opposite. OCF, A dash B dash F are similar. So then they are similar means OC divided by A dash B dash corresponding sides. OC A dash B dash is equal to OF divided by F A dash. Equation H BC parallel to AO. BC parallel to AO. Then AB should be equal to OC, or OC should be equal to AB. So in place of OC I will put AB, then I will get AB by A dash B dash is equal to OF by FA dash. Equation 3. Equating equation 1 and 3. Equating equations 1 and 3. Now equate this equation 1 and 3. What you will get? Equating equation 1 and 3, I will get LHS both are same, so I can write OA by OA dash is equal to OF by FA dash. Clear? This side equal to this side. And using the sign convention now, all the distances should be measured from the pole. Sorry, optical center. All the distance should measure from optical center. If the light is incident, if the distance is measured along the direction of light incident are positive, and if the distance is measured opposite to the direction of light incident are negative. On that, optical center, optical center, optical. So these distances are measured from optical center. But what about FF does? So let me note here. OA is the object distance U. OF. So I will take this side because this focus is required here. So this is the focal length F. OA dash, this is the image distance B. Object distance, focal length, image, we relate this thing. But FA dash is not from optical center. So I can write this as OA by OA dash is equal to OF by FA dash. I can write OA dash minus OF. OF. Now go to that. And remember, this equation 1 is required for magnification. You remember this equation. Next part is your. This is about equation number 4. Using sign convention. Now go to sign convention. Using sign convention. OF, remember, for convex lens, always the focal length is positive. You will take this focal length, not this one. This is the focal length. Okay? This focal length, because the ray incident and meet at the point, and we are considering this triangle. So this focal length. So F is always positive. Remember this. Okay? Always the focal length of a convex lens is positive. And for a concave lens, it is negative. When you derive for concave, you will get the focal length opposite to the light incident. We will consider that focal length which is opposite to the light incident. That focal length, right? That's why that is negative. So using sign convention, OF is your plus F. OA, object distance. Always we are keeping that object on the left, so this is minus OA. OA dash, image, real on this side, so this is V, so this is plus V. Now you put here OA is your minus U divided by OA dash B is equal to OF F divided by OA dash B minus OF F. Now you cross multiply. Minus UB plus UF is equal to BF. Okay? BF minus, or you can write UF minus BF, UF minus BF is equal to UB. Dividing both sides by UVF. What do we get? UF by UVF, BF by UVF, UV by UVF. Clear? Now you cancel all these things. What you will get now? Now you cancel UF get cancel 1 by B minus BF cancel 1 by U is equal to UV cancel, you will get 1 by F. So this is the formula which relates object distance, image distance and focal length. In spherical mirror case, 1 by B plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. But in the lens formula, thin lens formula, 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. After getting that, when you use that in your problems, again you have to use the sign convention again here. So this is the convex lens producing real image. Now we will go to, in that same case, we will find the linear magnification. What is the linear magnification? What do you mean by the linear magnification of the lens? So linear magnification is what? Linear magnification. For the same case, linear magnification. What is that linear magnification? In spherical mirror case, we have already read the ratio of linear magnification is the ratio of size, or you can say height of image to the height or size of the object. Size of image to the size of object. And size of image always will take this h2, and for size of the object you can say h1. So let this distance is h1 height, and let this distance is your h2 height of the image. So h2 by h1 is called linear magnification. If you do that, then put in that case from equation 1 in the same derivation from equation 1. What is that equation 1? We have AB by A dash B dash is equal to OA by OA dash. I told this equation is required. So this is the equation 1. So AB using sign convention, AB height of the object above the principal axis, AB above the principal axis h1, A dash B dash below the principal axis h2 minus h2 according to sign convention. Taken transverse upward positive, transverse downward negative, so minus h2. And already OA, already you know OA is equal to minus u, and OA dash is equal to plus b along the direction of light incident. Now you put here, then what you will get? The magnification, if you put, and AB is what? h1 by minus h2 is equal to OA minus u by b, or h2 by h1, cancel this negative sign, is equal to b by u. What is this h2 by h1? This is called as the linear magnification m. But in spherical mirror formula, the linear magnification m is equal to minus b by u. Here we will get plus b by u. That is the linear magnification. And the other formula we will derive in later part. Here, next we will go to the case 2. Now we come to the case 2. Convex lens producing virtual image. The convex lens producing virtual image. Right? Here we will find convex lens producing virtual image. Convex lens producing virtual image, case 2. Let me draw that diagram again. Say, consider a convex lens. Consider a convex lens. Let me draw here. Consider a convex lens. Principal axis. Right? So this is the principal axis, you can say. Principal axis. Let O is the optical center. Focus. Here another focus. F. If the object is placed in between optical center and focus, let AB is an object. AB is an object placed perpendicular on the principal axis in between optical center and focus, and let this is the another focus. And we read this OF, not this one. To understand that, to know the position of object, I will mark here F. And the object is between optical center and focus. Now you trace the ray diagram. So let AB is an object. Now you draw the tool. First at the point B, if a ray is incident along the optical center, it goes undeviated. It will go undeviated like this. So this is the optical center. Let me O, and the ray incident, it goes undeviated like this. Clear? Then another ray from B incident parallel. The parallel. Then after refraction, it will pass through the focus like this. Pass through the focus. Clear? It will pass through the focus like this. Let me show this is the focus. Clear? So this is the focus. This point is the focus, and here suppose this is the focus. These two refracted rays, are they meet at in this region? No. If you see from this side, these two refracted rays appears to meet at a point, or appears to come from a point like this. If I proceed back like this, so this is the two refracted rays like this. They appears to meet at this point. One, and this one is the another. Now what is this image? D dash, image of what? D dash, image of B. Similarly for each point, you will get the extended object like this. So this is your A dash, B dash. So A dash, B dash is a virtual image of a B. Now you find the difference. That real image is inverted, but here it is what? This real image is not inverted. It is called as a erect. How is the position? You are getting the same. It is a erect. Now give the name, same name C. Okay, this is a erect. And as you already know, object O, OA is the object distance U, OA dash is the image distance B, and we are considering this F focal length. Okay. Now we go for the same procedure. Triangle AB, ABO and triangle A dash B dash O are similar. A dash B dash O, ABO. O is the common angle, these are perpendicular. 90, 90, right? Then AB by A dash B dash is equal to AB by A dash B dash is equal to OA by OA dash, equation 1. Then triangle OCF and triangle A dash B dash F are similar, isn't it? Because OCF, A dash B dash F is common to all, and OC is perpendicular, here it is perpendicular. So this angle is 90, this angle is 90. Then R similar means you can write OC by A dash B dash is equal to OF divided by A dash F is equal to A dash F. OCF, OF, and its side is a whole triangle A dash B dash F. So A dash F equation 2. X AB parallel to OC. Then AB parallel to OC. Then you can write AB, sorry, not AB. BC parallel to AO. Then we can take OC is equal to AB. These are parallel, so this distance is this AB. Then if you put that AB by A dash B dash is equal to OF by A dash F. Clear? This is equation 3. Equating equation 1 and 3. Equating equations 1 and 3. 1 and 3 LH are same. So I can write OA by OA dash is equal to OF divided by A dash F. Equation number 4. Now we can use all the distance to measure from pole, but this is not from not pole, optical center. Here length optical center. So this is not enough from optical center. So I can write in terms of optical center OA by OA dash is equal to OF divided by A dash F. I can write OA dash plus OF. OA dash plus OF. Using sign convention, OA focal length always positive. OA object distance minus U. OA dash for virtual image minus D. Remember these points. For virtual image, same convex lens. In that first case, real image on this side plus B. Here is minus B. But focal length F, object is always on the left. And light is incident along the opposite direction of object distance. So it is minus U. So now you put that OA minus U divided by OA dash minus B, OF F, OA dash minus B plus F. So cancel this minus minus, now you cross multiply, minus UB plus UF is equal to BF. Or you can write UF minus BF is equal to UB. Dividing both sides by UBF, we have, what we will get? UF by UBF is equal to minus BF by UBF is equal to UV by UVF. Now we cancel all these things. Cancel. UF get cancel. So we will get 1 by V minus BF cancel, 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. The same formula for real or virtual. The convex lens producing real and virtual. In both the cases, the formula is the same. Then this is the same formula. Then you go for magnification, linear magnification. Use the equation 1. Linear magnification. I will not write the same formula again and again. I will not write that formula. I will put the direct formula. Linear magnification M is equal to height of image by height of object. From equation 1. What is that equation 1? Remember, AB by A dash B dash is equal to OA by OA dash. Using sign convention. AB, height of the object, AB H1. A dash B dash H2, height of the image. AB, both are on the above, H1. A dash B dash H2. OA minus U. OA dash minus B. Put that here. You will get, by putting all these things, what you will get? H1 by H2 is equal to minus U by minus B. Or minus minus get cancelled. So magnification M, H2 by H1. H2 by H1 is equal to B by U. You got the same relation like in your case 1. Image distance by object distance. Clear? And here what you get by observing that the image is magnified. The image is magnified. So you got two concepts. Here the convex lens producing virtual image, the final image is magnified. It looks magnified, larger the size, and the focal length of the convex lens is always positive. Clear? And another thing, for virtual image it is erect. For real image it is inverted. Clear? Next we will go to the third case. Concave lens producing virtual image. It is always producing convex lens. So you can say the convex lens formula, concave lens formula. Next is the concave lens always producing virtual image. So now the next part is the concave, case 3. Concave lens producing always virtual image. In the ray diagram you see that what is the difference between the two virtual, convex and concave. You find the difference here. Now let me draw the ray diagram. So now here we will take a concave lens like this. This is a concave. Okay, let us consider the concave lens like this. This is the concave lens, and this is the principal axis and optical center. Okay, let us consider an extended object. As usual, AB is an extended object, right? The rays, one of the ray. Now we will trace the image. You place the object anywhere. No, there is no difference here. Let one of the ray along the optical center pass through the optical center like this. It goes undeviated like this. So this is the ray incident along the optical center which pass undeviated like this. It goes undeviated. Another ray from AB, incident parallel. Then it is a diverge like this. Now these are the two refracted rays from the point B. They appears to meet at a point like this. They appears to meet. Clear? If this is the parallel ray, it meet at a point. Suppose this point is the focus F, but they appears to meet at the point. But they appears to meet at the point B dash. So you can say this A dash, B dash is the virtual, because this refracted ray, they appears to meet at this point. When you see from this side, these two rays appears to come from B dash. So B dash is the virtual image of B. Similarly, for each point, this A dash, B dash is the virtual image. Clear? Okay. So this is give the name C. OA dash, object distance U, OF, focal length F. We take this focal length on this side. OA, object distance, this is image distance, OA dash. B, object distance U. Clear? Concave lens of focal length F, an object is placed at a distance U. We got the virtual image. Now we compare the two virtual images. Here, this is a virtual image, but this virtual image I can show by a dotted line, or you can say this is a virtual image. This virtual image is diminished, smaller the size of object, but convex lens producing virtual image, it is magnified. Here it is a diminished. Clear? Now we will find the relation. Triangle A, B, O and triangle A dash, B dash, O are similar. Isn't it? Are similar. A, B, O, A dash, B dash, O are similar. Then AB by A dash, B dash is equal to OA by OA dash. A, B, O, A dash, B dash, O are similar. This is perpendicular, this is perpendicular, this is the common angle. Equation 1. Triangle A dash, B dash, O, A dash, B dash, O and triangle F, O, C. Sorry, O, C, F. Sorry, triangle OCF, OCF and triangle A dash, B dash, F, same naming, are similar. A dash, B dash, F, OCF, F is common, this angle is common, it is perpendicular, here it is perpendicular, are similar. Then we will find what? OC by A dash, B dash, OC by A dash, B dash is equal to, right, OA dash, sorry, OF for this triangle OCF divided by OA dash. Isn't it? OCF, A dash, B dash, F. So sorry, OF by A dash F. This is A dash F. Clear? Corresponding sides are similar. For similar triangle, OC by A dash B dash is equal to OF A dash B dash, because A dash B dash F triangle, so A dash F. Then H BC parallel to AO, BC parallel to AO, so OC is equal to AB. So we can put AB by A dash B dash is equal to OF by A dash F, equation 3. All the distances, so from equating 1 and 3, equating equations 1 and 3, what I will get? LS are same, so I can write OA by OA dash is equal to OF by A dash F. All are not from optical center, so let me write from optical center. OA by OA dash is equal to OF A dash F. A dash F means I can write OF minus OA dash. Clear? OF minus OA dash. All are from optical center. Then using sign convention. What is the sign convention? OF, focal length. You are measuring this focal length on this side because they are considering this triangle A dash B dash F. OF. Light incident, you are measuring opposite. So minus F. The focal length of concave lens is always negative. OA, object distance, obviously it is minus U. OA dash, image distance, is also minus D. Use that sign convention here. Here, on that equation, in the above equation, if you use the sign convention, what you will get? I will find, using the sign convention, OA minus U divided by OA dash minus D, that is minus F divided by minus F minus plus OA dash means B. So minus difference. Minus UF plus UV is equal to minus BF. Clear? Or I can write UF this side minus BF, UF minus BF is equal to UV. Dividing both sides by UV, dividing both sides by UVF, UF by UVF, VF, UVF, UV by UVF. Cancel UF, 1 by V minus 1 by U, VF cancel, UV cancel, 1 by F. You are getting the same relation. Clear? We are getting the same relation. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. From all the three cases, we conclude that for any concave or convex lens, the object distance, image distance, and the focal length are related by the same formula. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Linear magnification. Linear magnification. Use the same formula. Formula is what? Linear magnification M is equal to height of the image H2 by height of the object H1. What is the height of the object? H1 is this side, and height of the image is H2 is this side, and which is equal to from equation 1. Let me write the equation 1. Remember this equation 1. O AB by A dash B dash is equal to AB by A dash B dash is equal to OA by OA dash. Using sign convention. Now use the sign convention. Using sign convention. Using sign convention. What is the sign convention? AB above the height H1, A dash B dash H2, all are on the above upward. OA minus U, OA dash minus D. Clear? OA dash is the minus D. So if you put that H1 by H2, H1 by H2 is equal to minus U by minus D. Or I can write H2 by H1, which is my magnification, is equal to V by U. This is the same formula which relates the image distance and object distance to get the magnification. Okay. So well students, we go through the three lens formula and its magnification. Then we will derive some other expressions. We can write this magnification in terms of U and F, in terms of V and F, that we will find. Okay. So these are linear magnification. Then also we will go for a transverse magnification, means about the size of the image on the principal axis. How much? If I have fat person stand object, my image will be thin or it is a thick. Then that is the transverse magnification. We will derive in the next videos. Okay. So go through this thin lens formula, and this is also each one is a long question. Derive the thin lens formula, maybe a long question or maybe a 3-mark question. Only one case you derive, it may be a 3-mark question. Here. Okay. Thank you.